But anyway, it's the first match of the Grand Finals of the EUNE 1v1 tournament. Livide playing as Victor up against Tibs 91 as Bladecraft Oriana. Both champions going for Ignite and Flash. Both champions going for AP Rune Pages. This is looking rather nice. Looks like a standard walk in the park for possibly Livide, seeing as what experience has shown, Livide has favoured the AP champions and is certainly strong with them.
Yeah, definitely. Livide has played the AP champions all throughout this tournament and is sticking to this. Like we said before, Tibs is usually playing the AD champions, the Bruiser types. So I'm really hoping he can also play this Oriana. And
absolutely,
that it works out for him.
It'd be quite interesting to see if his forte is actually AP champions, as history has shown that he prefers the AD Bruisers. Jax, Jarvan, who else? Not Riven. It was not Riven, it was Lee Sin and others. I decided to go Nidalee once. That's nice.
Livide actually sticking to base for that, and not for that fourth potion. Quite the strategic plan here.
Absolutely.
And there goes the fourth potion, and he's on his way. Missing out on probably one or two minions though.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And so, let's get this game underway.
Livide actually showing up at mid lane now. Missed 2 minions of XP. Oh, no, only one actually. Both sides ignite, flashes going up, and first blood going off for Livide right away.
Wow, okay.
Definitely something.
Nice job by Livide. I'm actually going to go back and have another look at that, slowed down of course, for the benefit of these archive viewers, because it's such a brilliant move.
I'm doing it also. Free farm isn't that.
Okay, let's have a quick look. Livide actually doing a nice amount of damage onto Tibs with that Q and the shield. The bull just not quite good enough. Ignites go down before the heal. Tibs actually flashing to try and escape, but Livide just way too strong right now.
Yeah, you're a bit too early for the streamer. It's okay. Both ignites, both flashes. Great play. So let's see if in the live mode everything is back again. It actually took quite a long time for Oriana to get back. She's still at level 1, while now Livide is stinging level 3, getting some pressure on the turret and recalls.
Yeah, for some reason I had Livide messing about by running about in the same location. Kind of like an MC Hammer jig going on, but he's all sorted. His legs do actually function, which is all very well and good. Slight spectator mode bugs, which is a little bit annoying. Livide doing a nice amount of poke damage to Tibs. That Q Death Laser combo is just completely insane. Tibs actually popping a fair amount of health pots right now. He's down to 2 health pots, and he did pick up a mana pot when he ended up going back along with that health pot. Livide farming up rather nicely.
It's
going to
actually
be
quite pushing it now.
You know, nice death laser onto Tibs for that bit of poke damage, but then again he can't use that as a farming technique under tower. Livide doing a nice amount of poke damage. The shield certainly helping out in the case of 1v1s as Victor. Another death laser going down, unfortunately suffering from that Victor laser bug where you can't actually see it travelling across the map, but you still take damage. That's certainly annoying if you're playing against Victor, but seeing as I play jungler quite often, I don't really worry about it. I don't worry. Excuse me, word's not doing well today. I don't worry about that bug that much because I don't really see it. Tibs just being harassed so much right now. Livide still has health pots. Tibs is actually all out of pots, chucking those way too quickly. And Tibs, of course, not having heal, may be in a world of hurt. Livide has mana, he has health, he has range as well. That laser can just poke down Tibs. That Q has a lot of range as well. Wow! Wow, okay.
Great plays coming out.
Nice job by Livide. It's currently 2 for 0, and Tibs needs to get his work down if he's not going to give up the first point. Tower is going to be pushed down, possibly reduced to about half health or worse. Tibs is actually DC'd.
Let's see. Okay, Livide also disconnected. Maybe GG has been called.
Maybe GG.
I can't tell though if Livide is trolling or actually try-harding this. It's really hard to tell with an AP Janna.
Indeed. So here we have it, the second match of the grand final best of 3 in this EUNE 1v1 tournament. Once again, Livide up against Tibs. Tibs, unfortunately, GGing in the first one after Livide had a healthy 2-0 lead at the beginning of the game. And Livide going for the AP Janna up against the AP Kennen. Very nice indeed.
I'm pulling the chat up as well on the stream. Don't know if you can read it. Tibs just said, "This isn't true, lol," and Livide just said, "I'm afraid it is," smiley face.
Okay, that's life. Very nice.
So, both standing at their respective towers, not moving at all, just waiting for those minions.
Yeah, both playing quite cautiously right now, hoping for the best. Okay, excuse me, my voice is actually beginning to give out now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know it's the same, but that's what you get.
Absolutely.
For now, this game, and if he wins Tibs, the next game as well, is going to be all or nothing for him. So
absolutely.
He has to step up his game, really.
Livide is currently on tournament point. Oh. Okay. For some reason my client decided to load now. So, Livide is on tournament point, which means if Tibs dies just once more in these next 2 games, then he takes the tournament. Tibs needs to take these next 2 games to force another best of 3 for the chance for him to win this overall prize. Very nice indeed. Livide currently farming up quite nicely, missing a minion, that's always what you want to do. Actually getting out farmed by Tibs in this first creep wave. Exceptionally going well for Livide right now. I really like Arctic Cannon's auto attacks, just how they're not actually a shuriken, but just a little knife sort of thing. I think that's a rather nice addition to the skin.
Definitely. Can also hit 2 of his, what do you call it, greater knives in this case, probably. His Q ability 2 times on Livide already. If this will continue to go on through the game, he will actually deal quite a lot of damage, like you see now.
Absolutely. Livide actually taking a fair amount of poke damage from those auto attacks. Kennen certainly dealing out the damage in this early stage of the game.
And at level 3 you can see that stun coming out with the E skill, or maybe level 4, depends on his skill builds, probably level 4 like we see now. We just think 3 level up shuriken, so it's going to be level 4 when he can fully combo, get that stun and get another shuriken in and really do that damage.
Absolutely, and like last time, Tibs is actually pushing Livide down to his turret rather nicely. Tibs has consistently been decent at pushing down the lane, and that's certainly a skill that he is decent at, forcing his opponent to farm underneath the tower, but his opponents aren't exactly worse of the worst. They can actually farm under the tower rather nicely. Okay, Janet currently trying to XP up, currently hit level 4. Let's see what she ends up skilling first. Ends up being the Zephyr first. A nice amount of burst damage coming out from that once it hits level 5. But
When she hits Cannon with it, yeah, she just failed on it, hitting a minion for full health to like 60%. I don't think that was supposed to be.
yeah. Also, it's at early levels, it's got relatively low mana cost, so Livide can kind of be okay with spamming it about, but he doesn't want to consistently spam it about. Oh, a nice disengage by Livide to stop that lightning rush from hitting.
Quick reaction, really good.
But unfortunately, Livide has just consumed half of his mana in order to do that, and Tibs is chugging one of his health pots. He's only got one left. Livide is down to 0 health pots, so now would be a good time for Tibs to actually harass down Livide and try and press a bit of an advantage in this game. Zephyr going down once again for a nice amount of poke.
Livide has a good mana regen though. With that Magic Pendant coming out as a starter item, including probably some masteries as well.
Absolutely. So, Livide currently doing quite a nice job farming under this tower. He's currently on 26 creeps compared to Kennan's 31. Kennan, of course, doing a better job because he doesn't have a tower trying to fight against him, but Livide is doing a stand-up job nonetheless. Both champions level 5, both champions currently focusing on farming right now, trying to poke out whenever they can, but once both champions hits level 6, then it'll start to get interesting. Tibs is quite close to being level 6, and Livide will be on his way quite shortly. Nice amount of burst damage coming down onto Tibs. Tibs is now level 6. He does have the Slicing Maelstrom available to give 3 lightning bolts onto Livide to force a stun. He's actually going in straight away before Livide has his ultimate ready. A nice knockback by Tibs. Sorry, a nice knockback by Livide onto Tibs. The Ignite goes down as well, and Livide could end up dying here, but a Clutch Shield and Whirlwind keeps Tibs at bay. Livide may think about going back.
Livide actually wasted his ultimate there. The cannon wasn't in range anymore. He was not healing up by it because he only had it on for like 1 second or half a second. If he could have had it now, he could have fully healed up probably and stay in lane. Well, now he has to go back and get really much damage on that tower. But once again, Livide is showing some balls, sticking around, even though he's so low on health.
Absolutely. And just a little fun fact for you stream watchers right now, Livide has only dropped 1 round in this entire tournament. Out of 6 or 7 rounds of play of best of 3s, he has lost 1 match in the entire thing. He has 2-0'd every challenger except for one in which he won 2-1. That is quite a record. Tibs, on the other hand, has lost a grand total of 5 games now, 3 against Livide and 2 against Viralues. So Tibs may have his work cut out for him to try and 2-1 a summoner that hasn't actually been 2-1 yet. Livide coming up the middle, got a Chalice of Harmony. That's a very nice item on Janna, whose mana costs are rather expensive, but the cooldowns are quite long as well. I just had Cannon glitch out, which is lovely.
Yeah, lovely. So Cannon went back and bought the Hextech Revolver for the Spellfam and the extra ability power, which hopefully for him gets him back up to the game and probably back up to Janna, who has quite the burst now with her abilities. Actually, Livide is doing quite a good job, only 300 gold behind Cannon with this Janna.
Then again, 300 gold at this stage of the game in a 1v1 is rather a large amount. 60 creeps to 44. This is the first time that Livide has actually been definitively behind when it comes to a creep score, but Tibs is actually taking a nice amount of burst damage from Janna's Zephyr. And if that Halloween Gale hit, a good number of auto attacks would have gone to Tibs as well.
Yeah, but it's also, I think, a bit of the play you do with Janna. Janna isn't about farming. She can't farm that well. The only thing she has is her auto attacks. While Cannon obviously has quite good farming capabilities.
Tibs thinking about a possible Maelstrom, but Livide is certainly doing a nice job right now, bursting down that cannon and stopping Cannon from actually farming and or healing up with his Hexo Revolver. Interesting play so far. I would like to know what went through Livide's head when he ended up picking Janna, and whether it was a complete troll pick or a viable option.
Well, if he wins, we can ask him. The winner gets interviewed by the media team, and the interview will be up in a couple of days, probably tomorrow, on the forums.
Absolutely. So, Tibs doing a nice amount of burst damage. Well, I say that. Both champions are doing a fair amount of damage. Livide doesn't really have the damage output to completely burst down Tibs. Janna only has 2 moves. She has the knockup and the Zephyr. And once those are down, there's not a lot left. Once Livide ends up shielding like that, Tibs knows that Janna's going in. And this could be a kill right now, but very nice Monsoon to keep him at bay. The Ignite goes down onto Livide as well. Tibs Maelstrumming, but a nice flash to try and get away. Stun goes down and Livide goes down. Tibs picking up first blood with that Maelstrom, and a very nice stun indeed. Tibs showing that he does have some competence as AP champions. Tibs currently level 10 with a kill and out farming by 22 as well. Gold advantage certainly in favour of Tibs by nearly 1,000. That is an insane amount in a 1v1 10 minutes in. Well, 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely looking good for Tibs right now. Getting that first blood is a 400 extra gold advantage, which is at this point in the game a huge amount.
Absolutely. So, Tibs currently lightning rushing to try and get into the action quicker. It's currently 2 kills and 2 towers. 2 kills or 2 towers away from taking Livide down a set. But Livide, not being funny or anything, but Livide does have the option to throw this game if he wants to. He doesn't have to win by all costs, because Livide has a second choice to close out the game in the next round. He also, if Tibs ends up winning this one and winning the second one, then because Tibs is from the lower bracket, then another best of 3 will be forced, giving Livide another chance to end up taking this.
Yeah, even if this game hasn't won, it's still looking quite cozy for Livide.
Absolutely. It would be a nice statistic to only lose 1 game in the entire thing, but Livide has the option to lose 2 if he wants to. Tibs, on the other hand, has to win by all costs if he wants to get that first prize. He's actually going on to Janna right now. The stun doesn't go off. There we go, there's the stun. And Livide getting burst down rather nicely, actually going onto a creep before shielding himself from no impending damage. Livide actually on the wrong side of the creep wave right now, so Livide taking a fair amount of damage, and Tibs is going in. Does he have the Maelstrom available? I believe he does. Janna also has the Monsoon for when that Maelstrom ends up coming in, but if Janna doesn't get stunned before that Monsoon, then he'll be able to Monsoon away from that. Whoa. Just like that. That Monsoon away from the Maelstrom, and Livide will end up surviving. Livide does not have flash though. The Ignite goes down to Tibs. Tibs could end up dying here.
Great.
1-for-1 exchange. Both Ignites going down. And Tibs is certainly in the driving seat. 2-for-1 right now, but congrats to Livide for taking down Tibs as well. And I don't know why I'm not looking at the creep wave. There we go.
So the creeps now farming each other. They're like, I don't know, you're in my neighborhood, let's kill. They will both respawn within 10 seconds and hopefully assist their own minions. Forecast
Absolutely.
minions.
It does look like Tibs' minions will push down the turret a little bit. These caster minions won't be able to hold it, but there is a secondary minion wave on its way, so that tower will be safe for the time being. Janna will be there and the tower will be safe. So, 15 minutes into the game, 2 kills to 1, and Tibs just has to get one more kill in order to force a game 3 in this first round of best of 3, and he also needs to kill 2 turrets to do the same. Livide needs to pick up Tibs twice without dying, and that is going to be a tough stretch, even for someone as technically skilled as Livide. Let's just go back to direct camera, thank you. A little bit lazy today, I don't want to move the camera all by myself all the time. Tibs currently has level 2 Monsoon, that's a nice ability, and hang on. Tibs has level 2 Maelstrom. That is a nice ability. The Monsoon
is as well.
I believe is on the same type of cooldown. Monsoon is available in about 2 seconds. Tibs possibly wanting to go in. The Monsoon is now available for Livide. A nice knock up onto Tibs. Livide will be completely safe. They're utilising the side a lot more than they were in previous matchups. Livide's certainly benefiting from that brush to annoy Kennen a little bit. So, as it turns out, Tibs has maxed his Q first, the Lightning Rush second, and the... I've forgotten what it's called, let me have a quick check. Hang on. Oh, that one's Lightning Rush. Okay, my bad. He's maxed the Q first and the E Lightning Rush second. You learn something new every day, folks, and the Vide, on the other hand, has been maxing up his Zephyr and the Shield second, certainly going for the more sustainable option rather than the all-out damage.
Yeah, the problem against the cannon in such a lane is that if you really want to benefit out of the tornado, you have to fully charge it, and that's just not going to happen.
Absolutely. Livide having its shield completely burst down, but replying with a bird to the face. And Tibs is eager to go in on this. Monsoon is up for Janna, Maelstrom is up for Tibs, and as I've previously said, they're both on pretty much the same cooldown, so once one has this up, the other one will. Tibs trying to push the minion wave, but actually doing a relatively successful job. These minions will actually meet in the middle of the map. Nice Halloween Gale going down, it will hit nothing.
That's just for the weather reports.
Absolutely. Livide will be sending down the Zephyr very shortly after shielding himself from no impending damage.
That's a good wait from Tibs. Just waiting till the shield ends to then try to do some harassment.
Minions wise, it's 118 to 90. We haven't seen people farm up the creep wave as much as previous games. I mean, granted, the Lee Sin on Lee Sin Fest, it wasn't that much of a farm fest because, well, they were focusing on each other more often. But Livide doing a nice amount of damage onto Tibs, a nice knock up to keep him back, trying to bait out the Maelstrom.
This could actually be it. Yeah, and it is.
Oh, Tibs not actually needing the Maelstrom. There we have it. GG, it's 1-1, the Upper Brackt Final. So away we go in the third game, in the first best of 3, or the first possible best of 3, in Livide up against Tibs in the grand final of the EUNE 1v1 tournament. Very nice indeed, and all of that good stuff.
So we're off. We see both parties going for boots, 3 pots. Something which is too mainstream lately, if you ask me, but oh well. Something gotta be mainstream, right?
Absolutely. I'll just get into the game when I do.
Yeah, and if he's still is waiting again for the fourth pot, like he did with Victor, which he didn't do with Janna. So this might be a sign that Livide is actually going full on hardcore mode once again.
Yeah.
Goggles on, belts, seatbelt up, and let's go.
It would be a nice sign, seeing as Livide is certainly competent as those AP champions. His Swain was a brilliant introduction to this tournament. His Anivia in the second game of the tournament was just really solid. And his Victor just burst down Orianna like no one's business. We'll see whether or not Varus can end up picking the second game from Livide, and therefore force the second best of 3 in these finals.
Actually, in chat, Varus or Tibs saying he used to main Anivia, so he definitely also has some great experience in his AP mid, which we haven't seen that much this entire tournament.
Absolutely. So I'm still taking my time to actually load this game because my computer is that much of a legend. Oh, hang on.
Oh, Ian?
Wow, okay, 2 minutes, 15 seconds in. That is slow.
Okay, you're in. That's good. So the just last standing about 5 against 1 up for Varus, 6 against 1.
Wow, the fact that Anivia is this low farmed right now is concerning, if I'm being perfectly honest. Tibs certainly doing a nice amount of poke damage, loads of damage going down onto Livide, and Ignite as well, forced to chug a health pot, and Tibs certainly doing rather nice as Varus. This is a rather decent strategy coming out for him right now. Anivia, not the tankiest of AP mids, but then again, Varus isn't exactly the squishiest of AD carries either.
I think Varus had a really good opening streak with the damage coming out really early. That W skill just adds another 10 damage on level 1, which is huge for a level 5.
At level 1, 10 is just an insane amount. That Blighted Quiver is certainly going to help him in this game. Probably less so as the time ends up going on, but in the early games, certainly effective. Livide actually down to 1 health pot. Varus still has 2 of his, which is extremely interesting.
And if you look at the CS at this point, it's 5 for Anivia and 20 already for Tibs.
Okay.
It's a huge difference.
Livide not having the best game in the world at the start so far, but once First Blood is down, we'll be able to give you a more accurate portrayal of who's going to win this.
Well, it's already a difference of 400 gold just from farm.
Yeah.
The farm was really going Varus' way. And like we said in loading screen, Varus is a champion that won't per se kill Anivia that fast, but once he gets farmed or gets some kills, he will get so much more damage and can really ruffle some Anivia.
Yeah, picking an AD carry is kind of an odd choice in a 1v1 because it kind of relies on the game extending for that long amount of time for you to farm up and get those items. As in, ADs really benefit off items more than skills. The skills help, but not as much as AP carries.
Yeah, true. Definitely true.
Livide currently level 5, a little bit later than Tibs, but that's due to the fact that Tibs is actually pushing down the lane and killing those creeps a lot quicker. Flash Frost not going down, unfortunately. Livide, nice wall going down, but a nice Q by Tibs, a nice amount of harassment damage. Livide is down and out of health pods, not willing to risk an egging to Tibs, and will end up going back. doesn't have a lot amount of gold on his person right now, so he won't be able to get a lot. He'll actually end up getting a cloth armor. Very nice choice to go against an AD champion. Livide coming back into lane with 3 health pots and 2 mana pots as well.
Yeah, definitely good pickup. He needs to be more tanky at this point. And Tibs actually seems to be going for his red buff on, as soon as level 5. He has to take some his last health pot to do it though.
Absolutely. AD carries can't exactly solo buffs that well without a pull. In fact,
He might
Tibs
even
is
die.
quite low.
This will
Oh,
be so
please die,
funny.
it'll be so fun. Oh.
He actually
heal.
has to heal for this. It's such a waste to use heal for that.
But that was a real gamble right there. Just
200
trying to take it down, but just not enough.
Yeah. It was way too early on. This actually offers a perspective for Livide to get back. He has some farm now. Tibs had to go back, had to use his heal.
And then again, Livide does not know that the heal's down, and if he did, then he would actually press this advantage, but now...
Yeah, but still, if they would get into a fight, it's just not there. Whether Livide knows about it.
First damage. But that tower and that Q, just not quite... Just a fair amount of poke damage.
It's also the stacks from the passive. That's just huge. If you stack up the passive 3 times...
Oh, wow. Livide is good with these stuns. I haven't seen him miss one all game so far.
I missed one, I think, but that's it. He's really doing a good job. We also haven't seen an hacking as of yet in this game, or in the previous games we've seen Livide playing Anivia. So we might see one in this game.
Yeah, Tibs overshooting a little bit, trying to draw out the path of Anivia too much. Livide juking about rather nicely to avoid it. Livide trying to do his best to farm up, but once again Tibs has pushed down the lane and has a commanding minion advantage at this stage of the game. Once again a stun goes down. Very nice indeed. But Tibs actually getting walled inside tower range. Very nice indeed.
Taking another tower in exchange for that Q.
Yeah. Not exactly worth it when it comes to damage, I'd say, but Livide only has 1 health pot left. He does not have a heal, but he's probably waiting for enough mana to actually get off another combo, possibly lay down the ignite and say, hey, I'm going to kill you. But unfortunately with a flash frost like that, it's not going to happen. Once again, the Q missing by Tibs.
First time with the egg.
There's the egg.
Coming up full off Anivia again. No mana though. But full off it is.
So it'll be 4 minutes until Anivia's egg is back, and that means it'll be back just before 13 minutes. Livide already down to half health with the Tibs combo. This is not going well for Livide, and it's possibly a good move for Tibs. Nice strategy that he's formulating against these AP champions.
Yeah, definitely. I think if he continues to farm up like this, again the difference is now 73 against 29. If he continues to get the poke and get the pressure on, he will definitely have a good chance to win this game and put it into a next 3v3. Best of 3.
Livide certainly having quite a nice... trying to do what he can, but he is mana starved and he is in danger of losing a turret as soon as he goes back. That cloth armor is nice, but it's not exactly helping against Tibs. Granted, Tibs now also has no form of health. His heal will be back very shortly, but Livide ends up going down. Down goes First Blood. Tibs end up picking up a rather nice kill and 400 gold to go with his already astounding minion lead.
Yeah, and if we look at the gold lead, it's already 1500 in advantage of Faris. And now with the tower going down, another 200 gold advantage has been given.
Wow.
It's really going good for Tibs.
It's currently 1900 gold for Livide and 3500 gold for Tibs. Currently 1600 gold difference. It's actually quite close to being double Livide's score. Okay, so what did he buy? He ended up buying a Sheen. Ooh, rather nice item. On Varus, I don't really understand it, if I'm being perfectly honest. He doesn't spam out his abilities that often, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't work on a passive such as Blighted Quiver.
No, it doesn't. I think it's just a general thing he uses. A lot of pokes going about here.
Tibs ending up using that heal, and Livide is on the run. He does not have cooldowns on his side. Nice stun though to try and get away, but Livide still on the run. The arrows from the sky not quite enough. Wall is up in 5 seconds, but Livide does get to his tower and will end up surviving. That stun around the corner, definitely what let him escape.
Another 30 seconds-ish on Anivia's axe, so then at that point she can go back and play somewhat more aggressive, take some extra risks in trying to save his turret and his life, but as we speak the turret is getting down again. It's so hard pushed by Tibs with 2 minion waves and himself as the AD carry rushing on the turret. It might even go down here. Good wall coming in, good harass going out. Tibs might actually go for the kill here, but he decides not to because he's under the turret.
Actually going in on this, Ignite goes down. Nice job by Livide, using everything in his arsenal to pick up another kill. Very nice job by Livide. He needed that kill to try and pull back into this game. Nice flash, ultimate, flash frost and ignite.
It took him everything though. He really has to sustain now. I mean, that second turret is almost down. It's 30%-ish. If he has to go back one more time when it's not able, when he's actually not able to because of a pushing lane or whatever, he's going to be not making it for this game.
Absolutely. So Anivia actually going back right now. So Livide playing quite dicey right now, hoping that he can end up getting back in time to save his turret. Tibs not pushing the lane, deciding to go for a red buff, which will help push down that lane. Hopefully he won't die and have to use heal. But
He got pots this time, and Alexis. And he's a little bit higher level. A little bit.
Just a bit, yeah. Still taking a fair amount of damage from it. No amount of life steal coming from him aside from the 2 Doran's Blades.
Yeah, it's 6%, which is okay, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's no vampiric scepter.
Livide going to mill about his jungle before heading back down the mid lane. Possibly going to try and engage onto Tibs, but Tibs now has his red buff. That damage over time is definitely going to hurt. The Flash Frost doesn't stun, and Tibs ends up getting walled off. Livide is going to get XP denied right now. Good stun, good ultimate, good Flash Frost. Ultimate goes down onto Livide. Livide trying to do all he can. He's going to get eggs. He is getting eggs. Tibs,
This
couple
can
of
actually
seconds.
kill for Livide.
Oh, a clutch
Taking
stun.
no risk. Oh, and actually gets killed. Nice arrow. And this is probably game.
This is going
because
to be
the tower
GG.
get-
Tibs
Yeah.
resetting the bracket. Nice best of 3 action. He's taking the tower hits, but he doesn't care, because there we have it. Tibs resetting the bracket, forcing another 3v3, best of 3. Even I'm saying it now.